Well, welcome back everybody to Conan Exiles, and we are going to be starting a new game in Age of War. I am Red, the casual gamer, and the Age of War brings all kinds of new updates to the combat system. The previous update brought in all kind of journey to help new players along their way, so I think Age of War might be the best time, if you've never played Conan Exiles, to give it a try. It is an entirely new game than what it used to be. It's really cool to see its journey along the way. But let's start a new game here, shall we? Okay, let's get into a new game here. I've backed up the old game. I hope it works, because unfortunately, I really wish they would have a system to allow you to create new characters and not delete your old ones. But that's not how this game works. Okay, we're going to start on normal. Here's the different difficulty levels if you would like to try something a little more civilized. But we've played before. And we're not going crazy here. We want to show you new systems here. We're going to start at normal. Yeah, it's scary. I hope it works. Alright, Conan Exiles Age of War has all kinds of new combat, and that's why we wanted to give this a try. It's been a while since we played. They've released the journey updates. When you start out, choose your gender. It's more of just cosmetic than anything else. We're going to recreate Red the Barbarian, so we'll go male. Here is your character creation screen. This is mostly cosmetic. You can change all kinds of things in here. The really only important thing that you can't do later on is religion. Well, you can do these later, but this is the one freebie you get. So you get to choose one of these. That's really the only thing that matters in this as far as gameplay goes. You can unlock all of these later on in the game anyways. This one's the hardest to find, so a lot of people choose this one. We can pick one. We will likely pick. Here we go. That looks like Red. Big horns. I'll go through the character creation screen without you guys, all the details here to create Red, and I'll just show you some of the basics. It's a pretty nice system, a decent amount of customization. The races kind of give you good starting points and are good story backgrounds, kind of the builds and such that they set, and the features are built into the race. Those are kind of good starting points. They are more background story than anything as far as it really relating to your character, so I'll end up picking one I think is the best for this character. Have fun creating your own characters. I'm going to finish up Red here, and I'll be right back with you. Here we go. What is our character name? So after you finalize your character, it's going to give you your options to create your character name. That's this top line here. And it gives you some random crimes that you've committed as why you've been exiled. Here I have high treason. Wow. Singing badly. Oh. And looks like slaying, which is definitely true. Red is going to slay. So that's awesome. I can't sing. This is perfect for Red. Here we go. Let's do this.
During the year of the Cobra, a prisoner captured by unknown means was transported into the exiled lands, crucified, and left to die for crimes that they may or may not have committed. Death comes swiftly on black wings. until fate intervenes.
Thirsty, dead man? Shall I cut you down from that corpse tree? It might kill you. You civilized men are soft. Your lives are not nailed to your spines. Where I come from, we kill our enemies in battle. We don't leave them in the desert to die like dogs. So, you live again, dead man. This land does not love men. You are marked. Cross the ghost fence wearing that. It might have been kinder to leave you on the cross. Live, love, burn with life, slay and survive. We will meet again, dead man.
All right. That is the intro to Conan Exiles to get the story going. It used to be a little bit more of a survival game. You start out naked and afraid with nothing but water. And you still do that. But they have a whole new journey system now that teach you along the way. You don't have to figure it all out. And you don't wake up in the middle of a sandstorm. You do wake up still naked and afraid though. Okay, quickly let's walk down the UI here, the user interface. Up in the top left corner, you can see that there are 3 bars. There is a red bar for your health, pretty standard, a yellow bar for your stamina, and the top bar is actually your experience, which we are gaining currently because we are standing naked and afraid in the desert. Underneath there's your standard survival icons, water, food, weight, and temperature. You can see that the green is the level, so we have a little bit of water and food in our system still, but not full, not going to last long. If you press J, that will bring up your journey here and your Conan Exiles, and that will show you all the different things to help you along the way. We're going to be going through these as we go. As you can see, our first one is to take our first step. So let's press the W key forward, and hey, we have completed our first journey, gaining ourselves a little bit of experience. I want to see these journeys along the way and what my next step is. So let's put them on the screen here by going underneath the options. And let's see if we can go into the gameplay. And we're going to turn on the journey steps. Here, if you would like to also see the bar values, if you would prefer to see your health and stamina as numbers up at the top, you can do that. Personally, I don't necessarily want to look at numbers. So I'll go back over here to gameplay, show bar values. But I do want to show my journey here in the corner where it says investigate the smoke nearby. So temperature is here, you know, it is rising a little bit. We are in the desert. This used to be much more dangerous in the early game. This is nice that is not going to kill you right away. To give you a bit of time here. So left and right strafe, forward, back, and you look, you know, hold shift to run. You can see our stamina goes down. We jump, it goes down a lot, and it goes up way faster. Holy cow. Man, that does, I mean, that's almost too fast. It's like almost like, what's the point? You can run forever, you know, like you used to have to time your running. If you didn't have stamina, you couldn't run away from your enemies. All right, well, that's going to change. Combat is totally different in this game now. All right, so we reached the smoke. First thing we should look for is some supplies here. Let's see if there's anybody around. Oh, there's a chest. Not much in it. I can press F. And then I can press tab to open my inventory. Here's my water. And some food. We can see up here our water and our food level, so maybe we'll use a little bit of food. Uses one of the durabilities. Cools us down as well. You can control your temperature by clothing, by food, and by water. Okay, let's see what else we can do over here. What does it want us to do? Oh, gather plant fiber. All right, plant fiber is used to create all kinds of things, especially your clothing. So let's see, we just go up to some bushes and we press E key and we pull 1 or 2 fiber directly. We have no tools, so we're just going to be using our hands. We're not very efficient here, but we're going to gather. There we go. There's enough. Great. Now we can open up some crafting. Crafting is pretty straightforward in Conan Exiles. I do like their crafting system because of the simplicity of it. It wanted us to create some clothes, so let's get some pants here, Conan. Put on some pants. Craft, and we hit F or click on that and it creates it. And because we are not wearing pants, it automatically equips it for us. We do not have enough for a tunic. Do we have some for hand wraps? Yeah, we got enough for some hand wraps. There we go. Now we got some clothes. All right, well, we gained a level, so we gained some attribute points. So let's take a look at that. That's going to be under here. Essentially, this is your character sheet. All these stats have changed in the way they've been used in the last couple updates from what I used to play the game, and they've changed over time. Grit used to be more involved with how well you survive the elements. Doesn't really seem to have an effect on that anymore. It's more about your stamina pool and your effect on armor. Early game, that's probably what we're going to want to focus on here is our stamina. Red's going to have a lot of strength. He's going to be going for these combos, and we're not, probably maybe not so much in agility. It's going to go for two-handed weapons, so a lot of vitality. Frontline warrior. Vitality's hit points, right? Authority is for your followers. If you want to have animals or NPC followers, for guards and other things around your base, this is what the authority is for, to give them more power. Also, the higher your authority, makes it easier to capture them. Grit is now this stamina and a little bit of armor. Basically, it's your endurance, right? So we're going to be putting our first points into grit by clicking here, the plus points, giving us extra stamina as we go. Nice. Expertise, this is, you know, your maximum weight you carry. You gain a little bit of that from strength, but this is your weight carry. This is your survival tools. You know, this is kind of like your in-game interaction upgrades. So if you don't mind picking things slow, you can just put everything into strength and vitality and agility if you want to be straight combat. It says search for more survivors, huh? Let's see. Why we're here. Before we walk away from this, we're going to go down here. This is going to be a journey later on, so we're just going to get this now to interact with this.
Behold, bonded one, the very boundaries of civilization. Beyond the passage of our highways lie the wild places of the world, where untamed savages make endless war upon each other. You cannot pass into the endless wastes enslaved. Your bonding prevents it. Return. Follow the road. Any road. All roads lead to the city.
Well, he's not joking. It's easy to just follow the roads. Before you leave this area, though, hey, check this out. Make sure that you get this little extra water skin that they've set here now. That's new. And there's a note.
I am beaten, left to rot among the ruins of the past. There are others here, slaves, bandits and cannibals, exiles from lands I've never heard of. Some of them try to scrape a life from the wasteland, scrabbling in the rocks and sand for their own place. I cannot go on. The life that I left behind haunts me. The sun over the glittering spires of Belverus has forever denied me. The smell of my daughter's hair. I will pass the ghost fence, and this cursed land will finally end me. To whoever reads this note, I leave the last of my water and this message. Stranger, you have my pity. You do not know how cursed you truly are.
Yeah, where you live in a cursed land here. Alright, we're getting a little hungry in here, so let's use some food and some water, which will cool us off. There we go. Nice. Alright, as you come up on this area here, this is when you see your first monster. It's really scary. But don't worry, he just flies away.
Gods curse this sandstorm. We were forced to take refuge before the wind scoured the skin from our faces. There is something in the storm. Beasts. We hear the skittering of their paws outside the ruins, and their howls mingled with the screaming winds. The men are scared. I've put them to work crafting rudimentary weapons and torches from the loose stones and rough plants that dot this place. I've yet to meet a beast that liked fire, or the bite of the axe.
Alright, we'll gather a couple of these stones sitting around here. I'll show you a tip. You'll see that we're only gathering one right now. We'll show you a tip in a second. Alright, let's gather some branches. Let's see here. One branch at a time. 3. Over here. Oh, there's one. Need some plant fibers anyways. We need a couple of rocks. There's a branch. Alright, so now we can shade. Come over here to crafting. It wants us to build a pick. I can just press spacebar, off it goes. Boom! And it automatically puts it there in my toolbar at the bottom, which you can press 1 and 2. Oop, I pressed 1 and I ate one of those bugs. I found one of those bugs when I was harvesting here in the plant fibers. Sometimes you'll find things like a handful of insects. So a little bit of food here early game. Used to not get food early game. You had to only survive off of insects. So now it wants me to get some stone here, so I just chip away with my pick at the larger rocks. There we go. Give me your armor! Now, before I create a stone weapon here, I'm going to show you this trick. Let me grab a few more stones. Well, I actually have enough because let me grab a few more sticks. Is what I need. 3. Plenty of sticks up here. Okay, let's create the hatchet. Ah, one more. There we go. You'll notice when we were picking up the sticks, we were only getting 1 or 2. But if you use the hatchet on a stick, bam, 6. 6. Another 6. Right? Look at all these branches I'm getting now. 1, it turns into 6 or 7. Man. Same thing with the little rocks. Instead of picking up the little rock, you can whack it. I can hit it. Oh, there we go. That one gave me 3. You know, there's 7 branches. They're a little harder to hit, but you get a lot more rocks. Come on, let's find one. Can I not pick you up? Yep, see, I only get 1 for that. But if you can whack it, there it is. Now I'm getting 3. And oh my gosh, I even got an ironstone off of that. Awesome. Super cool. Let's cool down a little bit here. Craft our stone weapon. But you'll notice we don't have a stone weapon up here. We don't see anything that we can build. That's because we have not unlocked it in our knowledge. So let's go over here. And we can click on weapons at the top. And wow, we can unlock a lot of stuff here. Now, you might not have all these. Some of these are from downloadable content and things like that. Right now, what can we create? Here's under warrior. Create a stone sword. Let's unlock it. It's free. Now, there's our stone sword. Craft me one. Oh, I hit spacebar. Craft it all. Yeah. Now this is a knife. Alright, we gotta get out of the desert here, so let's start to follow the road to make our way. Easy enough. Let's check out our journey real quick. Oh, wow. I'm gonna quite a lot of things here in this first section. There wasn't so much to do early game back there. You know, you used to have to just basically run out of the town as fast as you could, or run out of the desert as fast as you could. All right. So it's nice that there's no longer a sandstorm, and I don't feel like I'm gonna die instantly. That's a nicer way to start this game. Let's come over here to some bushes. And I can just push E, or I can use, if I use my hatchet, you notice I get mostly just like insects and other things. You don't really get anything here. We'll create a skinning knife. And what do we need to create a bedroll here? We need some hide. Well, gonna need that skinning knife to do that. So now that we have a hatchet, if we need some wood, we can go over here, chop at trees. If you use a pick on a tree, you'll get bark, which we will need later on down the road. So that's something totally different. Okay, if we use the skinning knife here on the bushes, you'll see you'll break stuff up, but you don't get what you're looking for. So still kind of need to use your hands for the plant fiber here early game. Hoping we have enough to make a shirt. There we go. Good deal. Uh-oh, look out. We're gonna need some hide, so sorry, little guy. What? There, haha. Okay, and we'll switch over to the skinning knife. Give us some hide. And we can now come over here to Bedroll. We have enough. Journey complete. Place your bedroll. Alright, so one of the last things we're going to do here is place our bedroll. So we have created a spawn point. It's not necessarily where we're going to stay, but we're going to put one down here. Complete the journey. There we go. Now we can spawn here. We won't spawn back out there into the desert. That's a great starting point. Alright everybody, that's a good starting point for our very first chapter here. The launch of Conan Exiles Age of War. We've gotten through the very beginning. We have got some basic tools built. We have our spawn point built. Next is going to get into combat and finding our base setup. This is the best time to get into Conan Exiles. I think if you've never played this game, it's really a good chance to get in and check out the new system. Hopefully this video was helpful for you in getting the basic tools, understanding how to use them, and how to build them. In the YouTube videos, you'll find a link to the very best place to put your starting base here in Conan Exiles. I will show you that as well here in later chapters, but that's a great spot to stop for right now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next chapter. Enjoy Conan Exiles Age of War.